Welcome to my program, Journey to Great Business. My name is Rajiv Jaiswal and I'm a business consultant. And I have put together this series of videos which bring to you some of the tips and processes that you can use in your business to make your business great. So today I'm going to talk to you about how you can hire good salespeople for your company. What are the things that you should do? So let us begin by some of the myths that we have about recruitment agencies. Most recruitment agencies will tell you that we'll hire some real super performers for you and that we will hire them for you. And also they say that we will be able to guarantee that they will give you good performance. Now, none of these things are true. We don't really see some great super performers floating around. So it's very unlikely that a recruitment company will be able to help us find some super performer. And the recruitment part of it is that the recruitment company can at best bring you some resumes, selected people from which the company has to hire people. It's the responsibility of the company to make itself attractive, to make itself interesting for the person who's joining to join the company. The recruitment agency cannot do that job. Thirdly, the recruitment companies say they will be able to guarantee performance, but that also the recruitment agency cannot do. It is the job of the company to make sure that the person who joins the company performs well. So, what are the facts? The fact is that when people are wanting to join a company, what are the things that they will want to do? They will want to see your company first from outside to see how good a company are you. What is your market reputation, what are the what how do you sell yourself, what kind of market you're covering, how extensive your market is. All of these things is something that the person who is wanting to join the company will look at before he says yes to the interview. Now, when we start hiring a person, when we start interviewing a person, we'll come to that a little more detail later. But when you start hiring a person, try and find somebody who will fit into your selling process. Don't just hire the person because you think he has a lot of contacts, then he will be able to bring a lot of value to the business. It usually doesn't work like that. It You have to be able to make the person work and to fit into your culture before before the person can become productive or before the person even join the company. And don't expect that the person who comes in, he will bring some great process for you. You are the one who has to have a great process. The company has to have a great process, and they are the ones who actually have to go out and make sure that this person does the job. So, for this, the first thing that you have to do is clearly define what kind of person you want. And to define what kind of person you want, you need to make a kind of a job description like this. In this, you need to make where the person is going to be located, what is and how many years of experience you want from the person. What is his job description? What kind of work will the person have to do, and what will be his responsibilities? Will he be looking after a certain territory, or will he be managing a certain number of people, or will he be looking after a certain product of your company, right? And so, based on that, what is the profile of the person that you want? What is his educational qualification going to be? And what kind of knowledge do you want him to bring? All of this you need to put in this document. What kind of salary you will give him? And for the recruitment company, you need to put some questions that the recruitment company needs to ask the salesperson, the person who's prospective joinee of yours, and he should answer those questions in the right manner so that they can pre-qualify that yes, this is the right person for the company. And in the end, you need to put something about the company. What are the vision? What is the company doing? Because this is what the person will see and feel inspired to come and attend the interview. It's like selling yourself. Just as the person who will come to join you will want to sell himself to you so that you hire him, in the same way, you also have to sell the company to make the company interesting enough for the person to join the company. Now, once you've defined what is the kind of person you have the kind of person that you want, make a list of things that will motivate another person to come to join your company. It could be the kind of company you are, it could be the amount of control he will have in terms of teams, it could be the size of the market that he'll handle. It should answer the question, why should I leave my existing company and come to you, right? So you must be able to show him some vision, some future growth plan, some personal growth plan, or even say that, look, I am a great leader, or you are going to work under a great leader, so you're going to learn a lot of things from that person. So there must be some motivational aspect for the person to come and join. Now, once you've made these things, once you've made these two documents, you must go out and proactively recruit. Now, there are two kinds of recruitment that are done. One is a reactive recruitment and one is a proactive recruitment. In the reactive recruitment, we make a job profile, we put it in some website, or we give it to a recruitment agency, and we wait for people to apply. And when somebody applies, we will then try and interview him. But remember, those people who are looking for jobs, those people who are out in the market either without a job, are not necessarily the best people. They are those people who themselves may not have performed well or are out in the market. So we want the best people for ourselves. So how do we do that? We do something which is called proactive recruitment. So what do we do in proactive recruitment? We make a list of companies where we know that we have great people, where we know the kind of people that we want, those people who are performing well, those people who are doing a great job in the market. Let's make a list of those companies. Prioritize these companies, that this is the first company I want to target, then the second, and then the third, and then tell the recruitment agency, see if you can get the people from here. These are the people who are already gainfully employed. These are the people who are already doing well. These are the people who will perform well if they come and join you. They are the ones who will add value to you. So find a recruiter who is actually going to go out and do proactive recruitment rather than a reactive recruitment. Now, when you have to actually identify the person, what do you do in the interview? So let's say the placement agency has given you 7, 10, 15, 15 resumes. It's not necessary that you call all of them to your office. A very simple format is to do a 5 to 7 brief telephonic interview with a person. When you talk to that person, you will be able to screen and say, okay, this person is good, this person is absolutely no use, let's not call him, and select out of that list of people, let's say 10, 15 people list that the placement agency has given you, select 5, 7 people based on the number of positions that you want, and call them to your office for a face-to-face interview. Now, this face-to-face interview is much more about understanding their capabilities, but it's also about explaining your vision to the candidate. It's also about selling yourself to the candidate so that both of you feel that yes, this is a great fit for us. So, what are the things we should look at while evaluating? The first thing is that he should have a great attitude, right? Attitude is something we cannot teach. Skills we can teach. So I always say, hire for attitude, train for skills. You hire a person who has a great attitude. If he lacks some skills, we can always train him for the skills that he needs. However, you should still evaluate his skills that are needed for the job before hiring, right? Everyone will not have all the skills, but some basic key skills you should always look for, and he should have those skills, because ultimately you're not taking people, unless you're taking people who are absolutely raw, who are coming out of college. But if you're taking people who are already experienced, they should have some of the key skills that are required for your market. In today's day and age, we always need team players. There was a time when solo players or solo performers were great, but today everything works with a team. So look for team players. And once you are about to hire them, you can maybe, if you wish, if you would like to spend some more money and be really sure, use third party tools and evaluate their skill sets so that you can understand what kind of trainings you will need to give them when you bring them on board, and what will make them more productive once they come. Now, this job is not over here. Once you've interviewed, the job is not over here. right? Once you got the candidate, you need to conduct a due diligence. Due diligence means that you need to find out how this candidate's performance was in some other in earlier companies, if there's anything negative about him or not, and quickly make an offer. Don't wait too long to make an offer. Remember, if somebody is looking for a job or if somebody has come out in the market, he may also be talking to other companies. So you may not be the only person that he's talking to. And it's also possible that when you make an offer, he will take that offer and go back to his original company and might get a counter offer from his company. If he's doing really well, the company will say, don't go, we will give you more money. You want more money? We'll give you more money. So be prepared and have a strategy to counter any other offer, any other thing, and get the person, if you have liked him, get him into your company. Time is of essence. It cannot spend too much time before you have made sure that the customer, that the candidate has come or not. And once he has agreed to come, and once you know what kind of skills you have, I'm sure you must be having an induction program. And an induction program is very important to make sure that the person who's coming from another company hits the ground running and becomes productive very quickly rather than take a long time to become productive. Now, you know that in the induction program, I have a separate video for that, but in the induction program, we need to tell the person about all the products, all the other elements of the company, how it performs, whom he has to go to, and how he can get information, how do we make our offers, etc., so that he becomes productive more easily. Thank you so much, and I hope that you've been able to understand how you can recruit great people. And my Journey to Great Business program will continue. If you like to subscribe, please do. If you have any questions, put them in the chat box, and I will be happy to reply to you. Thank you for listening to Journey to Great Business.